What's going on? Yeah, welcome to Mere 2 Raw Reactions. And today we got a good one for you guys. We're gonna be reacting to Black YouTube Needs to Be Stopped by Quick Rundown. I have not watched the full video. I did watch some of the beginning to try to cut out some things because I can't react to everything. That's really on there because the intro is the intro, right? Can't really say too much about it, but I think this is where the spicy stuff gets in. This is the channel where we keep things real, man. No filter, critically think and break things down. Trying to give you guys a new mindset to think and move a certain way, not just to listen and believe everything you hear, but to look at things from an outside perspective. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get started.
Millions of people are watching daily. Okay, so the first video we got here is 20 girls versus one rapper, Lil RT. Now, for those who don't know, 20v1s are when people line up 20 women and then they have them try to appeal to one guy. Basically, these videos are the black version of The Bachelor.
Yeah, so I never really, me personally, understood it. You know, 20v1 is a little bit different from Pop the Balloon, in my opinion. Pop the Balloon, every person is trying to get, somebody, they're actually trying to, get people to date each other and to have long term relationships. That's their goal. With this 20v1 stuff, bro, it's like literally 20 girls or 20 guys for one person, bro. It's strictly for entertainment, in my opinion. They do way too much on there. Some of them just take things way too far. Um, I know that for YouTube, we're supposed to have an entertainment side of things, but it's like as a as black people for black YouTube, putting it in quotes because I don't even think it should be categorized as that. Um, I think that we need to be more focused on trying to help our community and trying to bring something positive into the space. That's why I'm doing this right now. So even the video he just said, Lil RT 20v1, bro is in elementary school. What is he doing? What are y'all doing? Like putting him in a 20v1 for, bro? It's low key inappropriate. I don't know why his parents would allow something like that. I understand he's a rapper and he's supposed to like go with the times, but at the same time, bro, he's a kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? He should be focused on school, his rap career, and that's it, bro. When my sons are his age, they're not gonna be worried about dating. Dude, my dad was so strict that in high school, 12th grade year, he was able to see all my social media and stuff like that. If you haven't seen the last video that I dropped, go watch it. Parents having parental guidance over their children and being their guardian is really important. It sucked when I was a kid. I didn't understand it, but I understand it now. And I told him that I was gonna hang out with this girl as a friend, right? And her best friend texted me on Instagram talking about something. Are you taking her out on a date? Or are you guys just friends? And I was like, I'm taking her out on a date, forgetting that my dad could see my Instagram. So he saw the Instagram messages, bro, and he said that I couldn't go because I said I was taking her out on a date. I was so mad. But I'm just saying that to say, like, even as a 12th grader, my dad wouldn't let me do those things. So my kids being 10, 11 years old, yeah, they're not worried about dating. They're worried about school, trying to stay focused with that, playing basketball, doing things that little boys do, Legos, not dating girls. Like, let's keep playing.
Blackler. 20v1s are already terrible with them basically being the incarnation of low creativity and garbage content with people literally fighting each other and jumping each other over 20v1 video ideas. This video, however, is unique as literally all of the participants are young. Now, of course, I'm saying young so that I can actually make money off of this video.
They're probably a minor. Like, yo, that's what I just said. It's unique because they're just so young. Like, and like who's appealing to that? What audience are you trying to get to watch that video? That's what I do when I make videos like this, or when I'm trying to react to certain things. I'm thinking in my head, okay, is this creative? What audience am I trying to reach? What impact do I have on the people that are going to watch this video? You know what I'm saying? So to be doing these 20v1s, you know what I'm saying, and not thinking about the impact you're going to have, is it detrimental? Is it positive? You know what I mean? Like, you could be entertaining and still bring something positive to the table. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a decent, funny guy, bro. Like, I got jokes. I can't, you feel me, switch it up. But at the end of the day, though, my goal is to get y'all to think outside the box and break things down and not just be a spectator, not just look at things as an NPC and just be like, oh, this is fun, I guess. Like, break it down, look deeper than what you think you see. You know what I mean? So we gonna let them get to it though.
But you already know what I mean by this. If we're being honest, I don't even want to download this video to put as background footage. You know, I feel like the second I do, I'm gonna be put on a fucking list or some shit. So here's some comments on this vid alongside a screen recording. TMRII says, "We're cooked," which I wholeheartedly agree with. Yobe Trice says, "Everyone involved with this, besides the children, needs to be put on a list. Child services needs to be involved immediately. Asking a literal child if she sees herself dating a rapper is crazy. I came here from Twitter just to say that the host is weird, the parents are weird, and the people who find this entertaining are weird.
Like
Even
very, very weird. That's what I'm saying. Like you guys are supposed to be your guardians. Your parents are supposed to be. Whereas parents, I have kids. I don't know whoever's watching this. If you have kids, let me know if you agree with this in the comments. Comments down below. But as parents, we're guardians of our children. We're guardians of our kids. We're guardians of our daughters, our sons. You know what I'm saying? So we're supposed to be guarding them from certain things at certain ages till we see that we deem fit. Okay, they are ready for this. They are ready to take this next step in their life. Like for y'all to be bringing little kids doing 20v1s is a detriment to them. They're focusing on things that they shouldn't be focusing on. They're answering questions that they probably don't really even know the answer to. Like they don't like, you know what I'm saying? And you're putting them in awkward positions. Like I bet you if we put a lie detector test on these kids and ask them if they wanted to be doing this compared to something a 10-year-old girl likes to do, I don't know, play with dolls and paint her nails rainbowish colors because she don't know how to paint her nails yet. Like she would probably be doing rather be doing that than a freaking 20v1 with Lil RT. Like, bro, if I had a daughter, bro, y'all got me bent. I'm trying to tell you right now, my daughter is gonna be so pure. I'm not gonna play about my daughter. Like that is one thing. Like my sons, I'm gonna have a certain standard to them so they could be men. But my daughter, if I have a daughter, I'm not playing like that. She is not doing no 20v1s. She not dating till she about 18. Like I'm not playing, and I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can disagree with me in the comments. Let's have a conversation. I will literally make a video responding to you guys' comments. Let's talk about it for real, cause I said what I said.
the host knows he's embarrassed. Even the host is embarrassed. He knows he was wrong for this. Hootie F's parents agreed to do this. I miss the old days when kids would be just kids. Why are kids this young even thinking about being in a relationship? Kids edition is crazy. And then there's like 4 crying emojis. Like, bro, this is not even a 1 crying emoji level funny, much less 4 crying emojis worth of comedy. I don't even know what I'm saying here. Why am I analyzing this like this is a fucking power level scouter? Anyways, hearing grown men saying, "Okay, okay," every time a little girl walks up, should be locked up. This channel should be deleted.
Like
Take
there's
this
nothing
fool.
like he can't say anything else. That's the thing. Like he's gonna feel uncomfortable. Like I need to speak to these parents and have conversations with them. Like, what are you thinking? Look at me. If you see this video, why would you let your 10, 11, 12, I don't know how little RT is, 13-year-old daughter, even 13-year-old daughter go on a dating show live? She's in middle school. She don't even know how to do pre-calculus yet. But you want her to date somebody? She can't even work a job. He can't even. Well, little RT can because he got money. But a normal boy like that can't even take a girl on a date. So why are we making content little kid edition for who? We want grown-ups to watch this? Like what? I'm not gonna think it's cute. I didn't watch the video. I've seen it, like the thumbnail and stuff. I didn't watch that video. It's just stupid. There's nothing that I could get as men, as young men. You know, I'm 22 years old, y'all. As a young man, I'm trying to get information that's gonna help me elevate, bro, and move up in life. I don't got time to be watching stuff that's not gonna teach me anything. You know, there are times where I do watch stuff like that, but I'm slowly staying away from that. You know what I mean? Staying away from just the entertainment side of things. If I can't learn something to apply to my life to help me make more money, to help me be more successful, to help me build up my family, I don't want nothing to do with it. And you got to start changing your mindset to get to that point too.
Foolishness off. The line has to be drawn somewhere. And my personal favorite, the fact that you had these kids come on here says a lot about you as a man. No respect. Now, I'm not Sneeko, so I'm not gonna defend this shit. This is genuinely fucking repulsive, and the man who made this should be thrown in a padded cell, and the key should be thrown into a shark exhibit. For some insane reason though, this isn't the worst of it. A good chunk of black YouTube is just exploiting kids, but instead of it being physical exploitation like with this 20v1, it's psychologically exploiting an audience of kids by taking advantage of their curiosity.
Yeah, and
Tons of
that's another
clickbait,
thing too.
all
Like
tailored.
you guys, you don't understand the detriment this has on teenagers and stuff like that. If you're doing things like like posting things like this because it takes the focus of what they should be focusing on and it takes it from that and it puts it on something else. You know what I'm saying? Like as teenagers, we shouldn't be thinking about smashing or passing. Like I know that nowadays it's basically impossible to get rid of that, mindset and stuff like that to where it's like, bro, I need to have this many girls and I need to be sleeping with this many and it's always about like the dating scene and how many girls you slept with and stuff like that. Bro, we need to get back to where the things that we see as lame now are back to quote unquote fi. You know what I'm saying? Like getting good grades, focus on graduating high school, making a plan for what you want to do with your life, bro. Like college people who graduate high school be going to college and don't even want to know what they want to do. The college dropout rates have raised a significant amount. We could get into a deeper dive in because I don't know the exact percentage, but there are people who are going to college just to drop out because they don't know what they want to do. How about we take our focus away from social media, the TikTok and the scrolling, and start pushing that on them. Like, hey, figure out what you want to do with your life. You only live once. You don't know when you're gonna die. You might as well do something with your life and make the best out of it. You know what I'm saying? Going to college just to waste time and drop out, just to not do anything and work at a regular 9 to 5 job, like that's not what you want to do. I'm blessed in my situation right now. I'm a 22-year-old who's a store manager at CVS. I make a decent amount of money, but even me, I don't even like where I'm at, and I'm in a decent position. I have my own spot, with a fiance and a baby. Right now, I'm taking care of all the bills, and they're good. No, things are hard, yes, but I'm taking care of it. But at the same time, if I would have listened to my father and his advice, I would be in a way better position. So with that being said, we need to bring back the focus as parents and stuff like that. You guys should be talking to your teenagers about staying focused and about realizing what's really important in their lives. So just want to say that to y'all.
They're made to get impressionable young kids who don't know about sexual content and to bait horny teens into thinking that these channels will actually break TOS and show it or any intercourse whatsoever, which they won't. Any retarded teens who watch this and who find this video, go to a church or a mosque and ask God for forgiveness.
They're not even retarded. It's just like they have hormones, bro. We're teenagers. We're growing up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where our hormones are all over the place. We're still learning about our body. Like this is just like PG porn for teenagers. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine like I wouldn't want my son watching this. Like just what? Just to feel aroused? Nigga, go to the gym. Let's put this work in. You feel me? Study for a real estate license. You know what I mean? Figure out what you want to do with college. Put that hormone stuff into something positive, bro. Our sperm is our life source. You have to understand that as a 22-year man, as a young man, our sperm is our life source. That's what helps us wake up every morning, bro. If you in the bed and excuse my language, doing all that stuff, bro, and you're releasing all that out, you're losing your life source, your energy to do productive things. Why is it when you have to do your research on this too? We could do a deeper dive. When we have sex, when we ejaculate, most men get tired fast, right? We don't want to keep going. It's not me, you feel me? But so that's that. Do your research on besides me, but most of us get tired, like, oh, we don't want to do that. Why do you think that is? Because you're releasing your life source out into someone else when you're having sex. If you're legal and have a relationship, married, engaged, that type stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's why you get tired. So if you're just being productive with your life source, of course you're going to be lazy. You're not going to want to do anything. So if they're releasing content like this and we have teenagers that have these hormones that are going crazy that they don't know how to control, they're just going to go to this on their bed just watching this when they could be working out, studying something, taking that life source and applying it to something that could help them elevate. So just something to think about.
A shame tactic, but it's genuine advice, and make sure to block these channels and tell YouTube not to recommend them to you anymore and to report them for breaking TOS. Don't get manipulated by these disgusting people taking advantage of you in your pubertal years. To go back to the beginning of it, it's genuinely sad to see how we went from fun, comedic yet insightful content like the Boondocks and hyper-parodic / satirical shows like Black Dynamite to the current flood of garbage we have today. The only thing we have close to black animation aside from the 400 Dragon Ball Z what-ups would be the Good Times reboot, and that reboot is genuinely dope.
Like even with me, like I have TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, right? I don't even scroll on TikTok no more unless I'm following you and it shows that friends have posted. Because most of y'all that I follow like post productive stuff. You know what I mean? Shout out to boys that, you feel me, you know who you are now, that doing something with their life that I like hanging around checking up on from time to time. Y'all doing something positive, bro. But just scrolling mindlessly on TikTok, I'm not doing that. No, I have not done that yet. Haven't, and I'm not going to, because as soon as I do that, things are gonna pop up on my feed that are gonna try to take my attention away from what I'm really trying to do. Film these videos, drop these videos on the daily, you know what I'm saying, and stay grinding trying to get this money up so I can take care of my family and build a life for them that they can't even imagine that they could have. You know what I'm saying? So stop scrolling on this TikTok. Stop just liking a whole bunch of stuff. Because remember, it's the algorithm, right? What you like and what you watch for a certain amount of time, YouTube, TikTok, they store that in their feed and they know what you want to watch. That's how they're able to keep you scrolling, right? I don't want to fall for that trap. So if you're trying to get out that trap, bro, do something that you like and post it. Focus on your content. I feel like everybody should be making content. It's not that hard. Just film your life when you're able to. Bro, I work 50 hours a week plus 45 minimum, right? I drop an hour to work and an hour back, and I still find time to do this stuff. You guys have no excuses. And I have kids and a whole fiance, bro. Like, you have no excuses. Seriously.
Dog shit. It's so shit that I could make an entire video covering why it's trash exactly, and I will. Whatever happened to the people with creative sparks who wanted to put out work that others could enjoy that was great and of great quality? We don't have shit like that nowadays, despite black people getting exponentially more populous on the internet. It seems as if the content and cultural impact / creation has dwindled to all new lows. What do we even have now aside from rap that's notable in the general populace? Genuinely. We don't have original black characters anymore. We have race swaps. It's been 15 fucking years since The Princess and the Frog Boondocks was airing then, and despite that, there aren't any original black Disney princesses or black male main protagonists by Pixar in the current year. Instead, we're treated to being the literal sloppy seconds of already popular movies getting shitty remakes, or color not being used for representation, or because people want to make a story with a black person in it, but because they want to use race swapping as a shield from criticism. Let's be honest, that's what Disney's doing nowadays. They make mid remakes then replace
I don't
random.
think that it's really that deep, and I know you guys will be like, "Oh my God, why would you say that? You don't care about black people." Say what you want to say in the comments, but I don't care. Like, this is not that serious. You know what I'm saying? If they want to put black people in for Aladdin, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, let them. Who cares? Like, if it's a good movie, it's a good movie. You know what I mean? We have a whole bunch of actors that are black that are great actors. You know what I mean? You guys are probably gonna try to get me to list them. I can't think of any in my head right now, bro. So I'm sorry, but we have a lot of black people that are talented in that field. So if they decide, okay, she's a really good, Haley Bailey is a really good actor for The Little Mermaid, and she's a great actor, let her play in The Little Mermaid. We do not care that the cartoon was white and there's a person that's black in it. Get over yourself. I do not have time to be getting mad over something so futile. It is not that serious. Maybe the reason is because, you know, what he just said about, you know, black people and stuff like that. Maybe that is their reason. I don't know exactly what he said, so I might misquote him, but I think he said basically they're just trying, like, you know, to bring black people to light because I don't know if he said we're oppressed. I don't know exactly what he said. We could run the video back, or I might replay it, edit it in if I'm able to. But even if that's the reason, who cares? They're dropping movies. Black people are playing in them. So what? You know. He said something before too about the creative piece. It's like we're stooping to a new low, and I agree with that. I feel like certain videos stuff like that aren't that creative. They just play on certain things that certain groups or certain group areas of people can't control. For example, teenagers, hormones are going all over the place. They have to learn to control that. So if you're making these videos, these PG porno videos for them, they're not going to be able to control themselves if they're still learning how to control their hormones. You're just playing off that, and it's not creative at all. You're just following a trend, you know. Yes, I'm doing reaction videos, but I'm still giving you guys my perspective. I'm still giving you guys a different way to look at certain things. You know what I'm saying? So remember that when you're doing content, when you're bringing something to the world that everyone can see, you want to bring something positive to the world, right? So just want to say that.
People with niggas, and then 10 million white liberals who crawl out of the woodwork to get really mad for no reason when someone criticizes this. I'm not even being hyperbolic or anything. This literally happened. A black woman said that she doesn't like race swaps for this exact reason, and some random lefty YouTuber came in and literally called her a fucking alt-right pipeline Nazi. Imagine getting compared to a fucking World War II German just because you don't like the fact that Disney openly uses your race as a shield from criticism.
Patience does strike me as someone with genuine beliefs, and her intent here seems to be giving voice to the more benign points regarding the need for proper representation, points that may have been wrongfully grouped in with the more overtly backlash. I think the comment section shows this, with many of the people in there echoing her conclusion that they really just want to see more unique
I say they should have just created another black princess mermaid and do a story about her, meaning she is just another princess from another part of the sea who knows Ariel or a cousin of Ariel. Then on part two, do a collab between the two. That would have been interesting. Okay, that's a fair point. If they did that, it would have been more interesting. There's nothing wrong with this comment. Your comment about Black African and Caribbean stories, legends, mythology, they could use this. I full support. Not only does it bring these stories onto the mainstream audience, but it educates younger generations on other cultures, something we need to do more of. Thank you for making this video. You are right. Actually, a lot of Black people object to getting the rehashed, race swapped version of an already done story. Let's have our own. Okay, so I see what the problem is now. They're basically saying that they're just doing race swaps instead of trying to make, you know, another story for a quote unquote black actor. But at the same time, though, it's not really that deep. And if they did do what you guys wanted, there wouldn't be any criticism for it, right? So even if there's race swapping, what would the criticism be? That the cartoon was a white woman and now there's a black woman playing the mermaid? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we put so much importance into things that are so futile that don't really matter? It's really hard for me to understand.
white stories. However, by glossing over the actual nuance of this situation, by failing to include any of the very visible examples of racism that drove this backlash, and by giving in to the false framing that this casting is somehow at odds with standalone, non-white centric films, I do think that this video serves to normalize white supremacy rhetoric in a way that might not be intended.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Most of the points being raised here are fine when made in a vacuum. However, when they're made in opposition to the casting of a black actor in a white fish character role, their most visible function is to validate those who want to protect whiteness as an identity, to defend the cultural hegemony.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about, to be honest with you. Like, Little Mermaid live action trailer flooded with racist YouTube comments downvotes. I mean, people are just mad that, I guess, black people don't have their own story, but there are plenty of films, of black films that were created by black people, right? Even shows. Friday, we got Insecure. I believe that was directed by a black person too. So we have a few. I mean, there's plenty of movies with black people in it, guys. Rush Hour. I don't know if it was directed by a black person, but a black person did play one of the main characters, right? And that was a pretty good movie. So this is what I'm saying. Like, just because they race swap, like, we have freaking terms for everything, even though it's not that serious. Even if they race swap, even if Halle Bailey played the Little Mermaid, like, we should be happy for Halle Bailey. That's Halle Bailey. Sorry. Like, this is even though she might not need the opportunity, this is an opportunity for her to be in another movie, right? They're bringing light to her, showing black excellence. Even though because we put words on everything, I'm quoting it because I don't think like it's that serious. Like, black excellence, white excellence. A black person is doing well for themselves. Okay, we should be happy about that. Why are we mad that the Little Mermaid was white and now she's black? That's what I don't understand. Like, she's doing something positive. You know what I mean? She's in another movie. She's acting. She's doing what she likes to do, and she's really good at it. What's the problem? Think about that.
Of white supremacy.
Oh yeah, and fun fact, Disney used Princess and the Frog as a sacrificial lamb / excuse to focus on 3D animation. They knew that if they put a black person in the main role and gave it zero advertising, no one would watch it. So they did that and then pulled some bullshit how people just aren't watching 2D animated movies anymore, which is really funny considering how anime movies are selling like hotcakes in America. Anyways, back to black content creators for the conclusion. Look at it, bruh. 20 guys versus one actress, Tiana Trump. Like Donald Trump? What the fuck? Okay, so I had to look this girl up because I don't know what the fuck she is. I just saw the.
Do your research on Tiana Trump if you don't know who that is. But like 20 guys versus Tiana Trump, like that stuff, bro. Like we all know, men, and this isn't no to judge nobody. If I hurt somebody's feelings, I don't apologize because I really don't care. But as men, bro, we all know we would not cuff her, bro. So what you guys got to think outside the box. Why are they pushing this? Really think, right? because even if people don't know who she is, right, and this is for the teenagers, right, say if a teenager doesn't know who that person is, what are they gonna do? They're gonna watch the video, they're gonna find out who she is, they might do some more research, and now they're doing what I just talked about a few minutes before, losing their life resource that they could be using towards something else. Y'all gotta look past, oh, it's just a 20v1 mirror. What are you talking about? Think about it, yo. Think about it. We gotta do research on this. Me and you guys gotta do a breakdown. Like what is the average age a teenager gets introduced to pornography? I don't know if I'm able to say the full word on YouTube. Pornography, put two and two together. If you don't got no common sense, I don't know what to tell you, right? And study these things because they're pushing an agenda, right? A 20v1 with a corn star, right? And someone doesn't know who that corn star is, they don't even know what corn is, and they see that and they start watching it. Guess what? Now you just introduce them to corn. Now they can go down a rabbit hole and not get out of it till they're like 22, 23, 24, or stay in it forever, right? Think. Look past what you see.
Weird ass anime mode from those weird gooner hoodies. I don't know what it is. I'm not a gooner because I just like put her in my script because I saw that weird ass face. Apparently this woman's a corn star, and I don't know what it is with black internet people and promoting fucking corn stars, man. Your audience is like 12 to 18. You should not be putting these videos, these people in.
I don't miss. Me and this guy is on the same wavelength, bro. I'm trying to tell you, when I get up, I'm doing collabs with these people, bro. Hold me to it, bro. Hold me to it. Like, he just said it. Why are they promoting this? What is the positive outlook on this, bro? We all know that porn has a negative effect, especially on men, because men watch more corn than women, right? So we know this. This is a fact. This isn't an opinion. So they're pushing this, right? What audience are they reaching? What audience are they trying to reach, and what impact does it have on that audience, right? So you have to think about that. You have to look past it. Most of you guys probably see this like, okay, it's just a 20v1, not that deep. But when you have kids and stuff like that, you have to look at things differently, right? Because if you don't, you could be playing a detriment to your kid's life, and it will really be on you. Yes, the kid did the action that they shouldn't have did, but at the same time, you're allowing it. And I said that in the last video. So yes, black YouTube needs to be stopped immediately. I don't support it. I think that if we're gonna have black people are so focused on we need to elevate, we need to do better as a people, but then you're doing stuff like this. That doesn't make any sense. And the people that are doing stuff like this that are black are saying the same thing. They agree with it. Yeah, man, we need to elevate. We need to do better. We need to make money. We need to have a positive impact on our community. This is not having a positive impact on your community. You're just playing a detriment in the community that's already going downhill anyway. So think about these things, guys. We're going to end it right there. I don't want to just, the last video was an hour long. I'm trying to learn how to keep things a little shorter on the short end. You feel me? But guys, really think about this. Change your perspective. Critically think. Break things down and stop just looking at things through a tunnel vision lens. You have to look at things outside of the box and dig deep. Because that's where you're able to stop things. That's where you're able to find the answers. And that's where you're able to make a change, all right? Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I want this to reach other people. And yeah, guys, we're gonna drop a new one soon. This was really serious. This was deep. I really like what he was talking about. I'm glad that I reacted to this video. We're gonna be dropping bangers every single day. So, you either with me or you gonna get left. But at the end of the day, we gonna go up, y'all. We gonna go up for real. So stay tuned. Peace.